Okay. Okay, Gali. Hi.
Hi, hi. We
Join.
are on. Okay,
Join
can
the
you hear me?
Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Welcome, everybody. We are on.
Gali,
I'm
join the
here.
Instagram.
Yeah, join the Instagram as well. I request to join.
I don't see.
Really? Okay, let me try again. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Trying to join on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Request to join. Send your request. Tell me if you
Yeah,
see it.
I see. Yeah, I see it.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. Hi, everyone. If you're on, tell us that you see us, tell us that you hear us, and let us know if the sound and video is okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Monica, and hi, Harold and Lorna. Fantastic. And yes, we are
Yes.
on Instagram now, and all
Yes.
is right in the world.
Yes. Excellent. And here is Anna. Hi, Anna.
Hi,
And
hi.
Harold. Hi, Monica and Lorna. Yes. Excellent.
Perfect, perfect,
Okay,
perfect.
Gali, what are we going to talk about tonight? I have
Well,
really
first
no
of all,
idea.
firstly, we're both back in heaven, which is great
Yes.
news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And
that's
then
very, very good.
more important than we are back in heaven, I've got my new computer.
You have your new computer fresh from the
Yes.
USA. It's the
Yeah.
best. It's the best. That's
Yes.
the best part.
The best thing that ever happened to me, ever.
Yes, yes,
Better than the children, better than
of
everything.
course, but by far,
By far. I
by
know I
far.
know how to set priorities correctly.
Exactly. Yes. And hi, Moshik, and hi, Kapil. All good in
Hi,
LA,
hi.
Monica. Love it. Okay, so today we are talking about how do you not fail again? How do you actually make your goals come true? So everybody has goals in different areas of life. There's no question about that, right? There's goals when it comes to fitness. There's goals when it comes to weight loss. There's goals when it comes to business, money, relationships, even friendships. But the question is, how do you make your goals actually happen? Because most people are struggling in all the areas I just mentioned,
Yeah.
meaning they're not actually achieving their goals. So
Yeah.
that's the topic for today.
Okay, that's a good topic.
It is a good topic.
How do you achieve the goals? How do you achieve
Mhm.
the goals? So
Yeah.
the short answer is the wrong thing to try to achieve is the goal.
Okay. Interesting. What do you mean?
Uh, so if I'm looking at if I'm looking at what is the goal, a goal, or let me just before that, let me do something here. I want to do that. Okay. So we've got the cycle of action, which is start, change, and stop. Okay.
Yeah.
So the start, like you born, you grow, you die,
Hmm.
or you are a teacher. What you change is you teaching, and
Hmm.
what you get is a student who duplicated the material taught and used it successfully to improve his life and the life of others, bringing about a new civilization. This is really the end result of a teacher. Okay, you can say that the start is the beingness. I'm a teacher. The change is what you do, and the stop is what you have. What's the end result? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So the beingness is the goal. My goal is to be a good teacher. It's a beingness. My goal is to be. My purpose is to do. So the purpose is always to do. So my goal is to be a teacher, and the purpose is to teach the children how to blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And the end result is the target or the result. This is the result. This is what you want to achieve, the intended result. And what I will get at the end is children who duplicated the material taught, etc. My goal is my goal is to be a businessman. The purpose is to help a lot of people, and the end result is that I will make my client super wealthy. So I will have wealthy clients who exchange with me fairly and make me a wealthy person too. Okay. So the problem is that most people want to achieve a goal or they want to achieve a purpose, but it's incorrect. Why? Because a robot do, and it doesn't have an actual end result in mind. The programmer may have an end result, but the robot don't. What's the difference between a robot and a person? A person start with what he wants, what's the end result that he wants, and then he decide what he needs to do, and so he decide what he need to be in order to do that. So a person operate the opposite. You see that when you are upset with your husband, let's say, or your wife, you decide to do something totally not related to the end result, and it always end up with a mess. So the first mistake that people are doing, they are trying to achieve goals. You don't try to achieve goal. You're trying to achieve result, and that will tell you what you need to do. And the beingness is something that you're taking on, and it's something that it's very obvious once you define it. Now, the very interesting thing also is that you will see that once you define what you want to have, what you want to have is generally staying the same, but the situation changes, so the purpose always change. What you're going to do always changes, but and who you want to be stay the same. I want to be this thing, although I will do a little bit different, because if this is my target, if this is the result that I want to add, and I say, okay, fine, what I need to do is this, and that, and I'm going to be a driver in order to do that. So I'm starting to drive, and all of a sudden I have a wall here. I don't need to ask anyone what to do because I know that I need to achieve this result. So I know that despite the fact that I will take a detour here, I will always come back on to the result. I will always come back to the result. So when you see people that ask you, what should I do? What should I do? Employees, etc., they don't know the end result. Someone told them what to do and they act like robot. So every 5 minutes, they need to ask you what to do, because they act like robots. So the mistake is, don't try to achieve goals. Don't try to even have purposes. What you want is a very, very, very specific end result. From there, you plan. And yes, once you plan, once you know what's the end result, you can start and look, okay, fine. So I have an end result. What do I need to do? What's the next mistake is that once you plan, once you have this plan that you say, okay, this is what I want to achieve. So I need to do this thing and I need to be that thing. Now, the main thing that people are making mistake at is that they're saying, yes, this is what I want to do, but they don't say what I should not do. And you must take care of both. Otherwise, you will leave this thing uncontrolled and it will bite you.
Very interesting. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, I hear myself. I think it's because of the phone.
Yes, yeah. The phone. I can reduce. Yeah, I can reduce the volume. Give me a second. Talk.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Is that better?
Okay, it's better but softer.
What do you mean software?
Like I can hear myself but less.
Ah,
I'm saying my sound is not great.
your sound. 1 second, Anna. How is my sound? No, I'm joking.
How's the sound now? Mine's not there.
Okay. We do something else. Do something else. I'll do that. Talk, Gali. Talk now.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, that's good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. Yes.
Okay. I hope that's better sound for those listening from my side. Okay, Mayor's sound is good. Okay, Gal is with us. Okay, good, perfect,
Okay.
excellent.
My sound is good. That's really important.
Yeah, that's the key. Good. But just to answer from earlier, and also what some of the people said here, I saw Harold said just brilliant. Monica said wealthy clients are good for business. Absolutely. Aideen said very informative. So much love from Pakistan.
Wow.
And
You.
yeah, and Amit, hi Amit. And Kapil asked, I think when people talk about goal, they're talking about result or target, but they use the word goal to communicate these. Like people say, my goal is to make $1 million this year. Yeah, there is a
When someone
confusion on the
said my goal,
words.
yeah, when someone said my goal is to make $1 million, that's not a target. That's what he wants to make. Making is doingness. It's not a target. So I
Mhm.
agree. People mix between goals and purposes, but almost never people don't define the end result.
Yeah, yeah,
They tell you, I want to make $1 million. Making is what you do, is not what you have. You don't make money, you have money. People that try to make money should go and work for the government because the government make money, the printing press.
yeah. For sure, it's true. But somebody that so let's take an example of somebody that says, look, I'd like to make $1 million, or even something simple. I'd like to make $100,000 this year. It's what my family needs to get to a basic point, right? So that's where this person's at.
First of all, you want to have $1 million.
Okay, and why is that such a key difference?
Because you don't make $1 million. What you make 1 million people that has been helped, and each one of them give you a dollar, so you have $1 million. You don't make money.
I see.
Money
That's
is
not.
the
I see.
result of helping.
I got you. That's a key.
It's
Okay.
a big misunderstanding about money, about havingness. So when someone say I want to have $1 million and that's his target, uh, you'll see that in that case, go and sell drugs,
hmm
because to have only to have $1 million, go and sell drugs, but it's not really what you want to have.
Right.
Actually, money is just a unit of measurement of how many people you helped.
hmm
The more you help, the more help you helped per person, the more money you will have. But there's a misconception that says that help is for free. No, help is not for free. Help that you did not actually collect exchange for makes the person that you're trying to help useless.
Okay. I know what you mean, but just explain that. So let's say you help me, and I don't give you anything back.
You
I'm
do.
your. No, I know, but let's just say in this example, because I get what you mean, but somebody listening to that will say, but I like to help. I want to just give without expectation. That's what real help is. I give
Good, no
with no
problem.
expectation.
So let's have a look. Let's have a look. So what does it mean? It means that I give you, I give you, I give you, I give you, and I don't want anything back.
Yeah,
Okay?
because you just want to be a good person and just
Let's
help.
have a look. Let's have a look now at a criminal. What's a criminal do? He comes to my home, steal my laptop, and doesn't give me anything back.
hmm
So
Yeah.
if you leave a check, I will not be so upset. Yes, I will be actually happy.
Yes. Yeah.
I will prepare laptops one and put price tag next to them and tell him just come and you leave a check.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You'll
when
open up an Apple store.
Yeah. So when I help without getting back, I actually make the other person a criminal. If you check and you look at every person that used to be your friend and now he's not, it is because you help them, 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 and you didn't ask for anything back. If you check the most poor countries in the world are the countries that got the biggest amount of handout.
hmm hmm
The more handouts you give, the worse the country become.
Right.
So, but if you give money to someone and you expect return, then of course you actually helped him.
hmm Yeah, of course. Now, so I get it because on the one hand, if I'm going to you and I'm helping you and I'm then expecting something in return, I get that that's the way that there's growth because I get something back for my time. Then you want to give me back more, I want to give you more, and there's this growth. But my question is, there's also an element at times that I've seen you do, and the question is, how do you navigate this, where you go to somebody and you just want to help them? It's not like you're expecting them to pay you. You just go and I just wanted to help you, and I hope it did, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but when I want to help, I'm expecting something in return because the help is not. Let's say I'm meeting someone that I never met before, and I want to, and they tell me there is a problem and they want my help, and I'll be very happy to help. So the first thing that I will talk to them to understand how can I help and
Hmm.
give them some advice. Now I'm waiting to see if they will do something for me. And the something for me can be the smallest thing. They can go online and say, wow, Mayor helped me a lot and it's unbelievable. Or they can just go and refer me someone. Or they can just tell me, send me a card, send me chocolate, something. It doesn't have, I'm not saying how much you give back, but something within your ability to give back. Because otherwise, if I give you, I'm important. And every time I give you more, I make you more useless
Yeah.
because you cannot give me.
Hmm.
So a person that actually worth the help will immediately find a way to help me back. And a person that don't find a way to help me back, I will demand the return later on. And and the help do not have to be just monetary. Uh, I help you a lot, and one kiss from you works for me a million hours of investing in you. You understand? Because I
Yeah.
love you. So
Yeah.
there's other things than just I can love you and you tell me to do something for you and I will do it and I will work hours on it, and the return is that you are happy, that you
Hmm.
love me, or that you tell me thank you. A mother helped the child, a baby, and she wakes up at night and she disturbed the husband from sleeping while she wakes up, and
Poor husband.
yes, and she really give like for a period of time and for many years she gives everything for this baby, for that child, and the
Hmm.
return is smiles, is a thank you, is this looking at the mother at admiration. My mother is the best mother in the world. That's it. The
Yeah.
mother was, there's an exchange.
I see.
However, with children, if you don't very quickly get them to be productive by the time with something that they can do, they will turn against you.
Hmm.
They will turn against you.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense, and I've seen that before. There's no doubt about it.
So
Obviously.
always need to have exchange. Help without exchange is criminal. Help without exchange is handout. Who wants handouts? Did you
Right.
see someone in the street that beg for handouts that actually improve? No.
Right. Yeah. True. I see. So, and how do you go about when you say I'm going to demand? By the way, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. How, if you go to somebody and you say, I'm going to later demand for the help, how do you do that retroactively without it being kind of like, oh, so now you want something from me?
Not retroactive. So from the beginning, I explained that I'm expecting something in return.
Okay.
It's not retroactive. I never charge someone retroactive, but I always say I'm expecting something in return. But not for every action I need to get paid because you are my student, okay? And you paid me for a seminar. And you are on my seminars or coaching and whatever, and all of a sudden you need help. Of course, I will help you because you are my friend, because you've done other things for me. You promoted me, you sent me success stories, you talk nicely about me. You've done things for me. You just be nice to me. You just being a friend to me.
Yeah.
So I don't have to charge you for every single action that I'm doing. I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Right. Yes. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. I get that. Okay. Now, so now going back to the person that wants to make, they just want to make $150,000, right? And we'll talk about that in a second. But Kapil's question is relevant, and then I'll also read some of the other questions here. Kapil said, "What's the difference between end results and targets?"
End result is you have a project or you have a strategy, and I don't want to get to the difference between strategy, project,
Sure.
etc. But you have an end result of a whole plan, and the targets are sub end results. So targets is just sub end results that you want to
Mhm.
achieve of the same thing. So I want to achieve 100 kids graduated and helping 2,000 people to improve their life. So at the beginning, my first target is to do one kid, then 10 kids, then 20 kids, then 45, then 70, and then 100.
Okay. Perfect. Makes sense. Great. And then I'll read what Anna said here. We all have big dreams and things we want. What's the best way to establish realistic goals or results and not setting unrealistic goals, not achievable and potentially making you feel demotivated?
Okay, so that's a very good question. The first thing you need to understand about goals and targets, etc., that you need to start getting results before you actually dream about big results. So
Okay.
if I want to be the best dancer in the universe, and that's my end result, that I'm so appreciated as the dancer, that I'm fully recognized and as the dancer of all dancers, chances are that it will take me 20 years and I will stop in the future, in the I will stop along the way.
Yeah.
But if I would start and I would say, first of all, the first thing is I want to be able to socially dance, just
Hmm.
at parties. Okay.
Hmm.
So basically, I want to acquire the skills to socially dance. So the end result will be Mayor is able to lead easily any kind of movement and create an amazing experience for himself and for the person that he dance with. That's the end result.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, for that, I have to, what do I need to do? What is the doingness? I need to go to private lessons. I need to go to group lessons. I need to practice in all kind of social dancing. I need to then probably go and experience different environments, not only those environments that I know. And the end result will be that I will be able to dance this socially. What do I need to be here? I need to be a student of dancing. Okay, I need to have this hat. I'm a student of dancing. I'm just very simple. That's what I want to be. Now, once I start to get results, once I start to say, okay, fine, I do this, I do that, I do that, I do that, each one of those things will give me some sub results, sub results, sub results. Once I will get the sub results, at one point, I will start to look and say, okay, so what will be actually the ideal scene for me, the ideal picture? I need to somehow establish what is my ideal picture in terms of dancing and any other areas that it will affect. How does
Hmm.
it work with my production? How does it work with my family? How does it work with my body? I need to write down specifically what's the picture perfect is.
Yeah.
Once I have picture perfect, now I can start while I'm doing all the time, I'm doing this thing and I'm continuing to get validated improvement, validated improvement, validated improvement. Now I can start and say, okay, fine, I need to plan this thing more than just what I do. And there is a whole
Yeah.
section here of which is strategies, tactical plans, operational plans, and mini plans. And once I have that, it will become very, very, very clear to me what actually is going to be my purpose.
Hmm. Hmm.
Purpose probably will be I want to be a dance teacher. So I want to learn how to become a dance teacher. The goal will become very clear and the purpose will become very clear. So it is a process. It's not something that you just think about. So you can say that in order to find your actual purpose and goals in life, what you need to do, you need to establish what is your picture perfect in life. Once this thing will be fully completed, the purpose will be very clear. You will know immediately what you need to do, and the goal will be obvious, and now you'll have something for life. But you will not do this thing if before that you did not start to bring results, because it will not be real what you are looking for. Once
Amazing.
you understand an area, once you have enough um, knowledge about a specific area, only then you can start say, okay, fine, this is what I want as an ideal scene. So, for example, if I ask a baby, what is your ideal scene, or 6 years old, what your ideal scene, or 14 years old, what it's not, it will change and it's not really real. Only at the age of about 15, 16, 17, they rubbed elbow with life enough to be able to say, you know what? I actually know what is my picture perfect. So you need to get to a position where you grew in the subject and you have enough. Like you go to study, let's say you want to be a doctor. So at the beginning, you just go and start to study and you study and study. You cannot say, well, I want to be, I mean, you can say, but probably it would not be real. You cannot go and say, well, I want to be a neurologist, because you don't know much about the subject. It would be silly to say it, or it will be just fixed idea. It's not really based on something that result in something at the end.
Yeah.
So you got to be
Yeah.
a neurologist because at the age of 6, someone gave you this idea, and you always say, "I want to be a neurologist," and you go and you study, and then you're miserable.
Yeah, I see. I see. Makes sense. That's great. That's amazing. And Anna said that's amazing advice. Thank you. I can imagine the only tricky part is not making the gradient too steep from next result to the next.
Yeah, that's why we have this whole. I've explained it in a very quick way, but there is an actual something that I call the spine, and the spine, the spine hold the whole body, and it has vertebrates, and these vertebrates is actually the gradient scale from goals to actual product or results. And these are specific steps here. And when one of these things is out or missing or pressing against each other, you have a pain in the back and the whole body goes array.
Right.
The same thing here. You need to have all of those things totally aligned, 100% aligned, and in the correct distance and at the correct alignment. And there is a way. And by the way, in the business class, one of the things that we will do, we will build that spine, or I will explain enough about the spine so every person will be able to build his own spine for his own business. And of course, you can apply it later to your life or to your children, marriage, health, whatever. It applies to anything.
Amazing. 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 That's great. And yeah, that's amazing. I also wanted to go over some of the questions that were here on Instagram. And because I see quite a bit of people are on Instagram. So hi to everybody here. For those on Instagram, just so you know, we are on YouTube, and there's drawings and things like that that you can watch. There'll be a replay. Okay, so Jess Canetti said, "Good evening, sir." Yannick is here. He said hello. Bridget is here. Fantastic. And there was also a question or here. So, hi, Mayor. Sydney here from Cape Town. Will you please use the dancing example to describe goal, purpose, and result? I want to be the greatest dancer in the world, which I think you sort of you did.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I think
say,
it was just
I will start
yeah.
I will start with a very simple result, something achievable, yes? And the
Hmm.
achievable result will be that I'm able to lead most girls at social dancing and bring about a pleasure experience. That probably would be my first end result. Now,
Yeah.
to do that I need to achieve that. What I need to do, I need to learn. I need to learn basics. I need to learn specific sequences or moves. I need to learn how to lead. I need to learn all kind of things. I need to learn. This is what I do. I need to learn. How do I learn? I learn in group classes, private lessons, festivals, and in social. I practice in social. What will happen at the end, or what will to do that? I need to be a student. I need to be
Mhm.
willing to be a student. I'm not a dancer. I'm willing to be a student. So I'm a
Yeah.
person that always like to learn. I'm learning. When I go to social, if a lady tell me that doesn't feel well, I tell her thank you very much, and I'm not trying to prove that she's wrong. I said thank you
Mhm.
because my beingness, my goal is to learn. I'm a student, and
Yes.
what I do, I'm learning. So she's actually helping me. So this will be the first part. Once I get enough results in that area, only then I can start to look at the bigger picture. And it will be few levels before you can actually look at the whole picture perfect. But I
Mm.
can look at a picture of perfect for a student or a new student for dancing, and I can have a specific strategic plan, etc., etc. Again, all of that, the whole thing is need to be learned. What I'm giving you now is just some hacks, but it's not something that will work and will break all the barriers that you have. You need to learn this thing. It's a profession. It's like I cannot you cannot be a doctor by me telling you, um, if someone have a pain in his hand, you should do X-ray, and as things improve, you may need to do a blood test, and of course, don't forget that you can also do MRI. Okay, so you can do that, but you're not a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. And she also said lovely. So that's great. It answered the question,
Good.
which is perfect. And also Chef Riku said hi from Boston. Hi, hi. And
Hi.
Biwi said love it because I'm a dancing teacher. So that's great.
Yes.
Great. So I wanna try to wrap up in the next few minutes. But Kapil had a question here. Does our picture perfect include the end result of all parts of our life?
The picture perfect is how do you want specific areas that you planning for to look like. So you can have a picture perfect for your marriage, you can have a picture perfect for your house, for your job, you can have a picture perfect for your body, you can have a picture perfect for your spirit, for you as a spirit. You can have picture perfect in different areas, but all of them together will be the picture perfect for your life.
Yeah. Okay.
We just
I
need
see.
to define the word life. So when we do that, we know what we are actually doing, of
Yeah,
course.
100%. Yes. Well, the thing is, in the business class, first of all, you're going to teach that spine. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about how to create a picture perfect. And the business class is going to be so connected to life that everything you teach for business applies to life. But it will be a money printing seminar. So it will work quite nicely in
Yeah.
all aspects.
The purpose is to print money.
Yes. Yeah. That's the do. That's the do. It's not the goal. What would you
Take
say
over the
is the
government.
goal? Huh?
The goal is to be a successful businessman,
Hmm.
extremely successful businessman. That's the goal.
Okay.
So the goal is to be someone that actually know the principle, the basic principle on how to become a successful businessman. It's not going to teach every single thing that you need, but it gives you enough to start a business so you know what to do in order to become profitable. And it will give you enough to correct any business. But to become super wealthy, you need more than just 3 hours per week, because
Hmm.
you don't learn how to be a doctor by being doing 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're not going to be a doctor, yes. You might be a
Yeah.
nurse,
Hmm.
but not a
Yeah.
doctor, yes.
Yeah, but what it
And
does is it also go ahead. And even
but even
that.
that, I'm doing, if you're a nurse and you learn 3 hours per week for 50 weeks, 150 hours, it's powerful, it's good. What we teach is life changing, but and it will really make you profitable, and it you will make money more than you make right now, much more. And if you'll do exactly what you agree to, not what I say, what you agree to, on time, you will make a lot of money. But to create wealth, to create something, woof, you'll see that during the business class, I will refer you to specific thing that you need. I will have what is your why, and I'll tell you this is what you need to learn, or this is what you need to do. So for example, I can take a person and say, well, you know, I taught you all of that, and you'll do well with that. Yes, you'll make money. But if you want to be a millionaire or multimillionaire, what you need to do is bam, bam, bam. You have a mental block that needs to be handled, and this is something that will not be handled during the business class. It's something personal to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you need some personal coaching, and we will do the coaching, and you will see that you will be a multimillionaire. Or if I'll tell you, in order to solve this medical problem that you have, of course you do what you need to do. But if you want to handle the reason why it happens to you and not to your brother, or not to
Mhm.
someone that was right next to you, you need to learn or to do certain things. And you'll
Right.
see that the first step is to get you profitable and making money more than what you do in your normal job. If you have a job, and if you don't have a job, if you have a business, enough that the business can be viable and expanding. So viable, expanding, and prosperous business. That's what we are after. So viable, expanding, and prosperous. So we make more than we spend. We growing, and we have a lot of money in relationship to what you started with. So if you come to me with a business that do $10,000 per month, prosperous will be $50,000 per month. It's a lot. Even $30,000 per month will be a lot. And if we improve the profit margin, it will be amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
But still, it's small money. $30,000 per month. It's small money. It's like nothing,
Mhm.
well,
Yeah.
for people that don't work. So
Yeah. Yeah.
if we're going to work, let's make $300,000 per month.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Exactly.
We're
Mhm.
starting to talk numbers. And for that, you have to go through the first phase of doing the business. You cannot just start from target. Okay, I want to do $300,000 per month. That's
Mhm.
most people how they cheat you. They tell you think big, think big. You think big, and you say, "Whoa, it's so big, so I need to learn so much." So you go to learn, and you don't learn anything, and nothing happen, and they make money, and you don't. I'm telling you
Yeah.
from the beginning. It goes on steps. You first decide targets for now, something achievable, real, achievable for you, for your viewpoint. Once you prove to yourself that it's achievable for you, now we start to grow. And even that growth is on a gradient scale. It's not from zero to billion. It's from
Mhm.
zero to 10, from 10 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 2000. But you need
92?
to 2000, from 90 to 2000. Then at one point, you can just
Oh, got it. Got it. Yes. 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 I see. There will be a breakup. Yeah. Some kind of a, yeah.
break. Be a point where you're not talking about anymore about 10,000, 20,000, 300,000. You talk about 3 million, 10 million, 5, 50
Right.
million. Sudden the numbers are much bigger. So if you start at 10 and all of a sudden it's 90, all of a sudden you go to 2,000. Like the numbers are like real
I see.
affluent.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Okay, so by the way, if anybody is interested in that, and you all should be, go to gprosperity.com/business. There's also 4 pieces of gold content sitting there. They're the replays of the first 4 business classes, and they are beyond wow. Kapil said business class is the only class, only business that one needs, and it will be like a complete PhD in business.
Yeah.
Going to be
And
amazing.
yeah, it's really going to be amazing. And the interesting thing is that since I'm going to teach you truth apply to anything. If I teach you something about business, And it doesn't work with your marriage, with your health, with your car, with your dog, uh, with anything. It means that
Yeah.
what I teach you is not actually truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because truth, how do you know that it's truth? Because it works everywhere.
Hmm.
Like gravity don't care if I'm here or in Tel Aviv or in Gaza. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It
Gravity is
works.
gravity.
Yeah.
Yes. Bombs that explode here, there, and anywhere. Uh,
Yeah.
Truth is truth.
Yeah.
When people really love, they love everywhere. It's not important if you say in Spanish, I love you, amor, or if you say je t'aime in French, or if you say I love you in English.
Yeah. True. True.
The same idea, yes?
Got it. Yeah.
Truth
100%.
works always.
Yes.
Yes,
That's amazing.
that's
That's
amazing.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
Now, my
And that's
final question, yeah, that's what we're after, 100%. My final question in a if you could summarize in 1 minute, a basic action that somebody could do that has this thing of I need $100,000 to, make that's my what they were calling before their goal. A person that's starting and they're just trying to figure out how do they make a basic $100,000 for their family. That's what they're looking for. And you're saying, look, that's not your goal. But so what is something that they can implement that they can actually then have this thing?
$1,000. Take the $1,000, throw it away,
Hmm.
sit down, write down in your profession with what you know right now, how can you best help people? That's number one.
Okay.
So once you
Love
find
it.
how you can best help people, you find out how valuable it is for people, which means you find out what pain that it will resolve, what pain it will resolve.
Mm.
And once you learn what pain it's going to resolve, what you're going to do, you need to train yourself to sell. What do I mean? People that are good in haircut want to show the haircut. But
Hmm.
if you can explain to the person that sit on your chair, look, I can cut your hair and it will look nice. But your problem is that you are losing your hair. And the guy said, I'm losing my hair. Yes. And you show him that he's losing your hair. And within very short time, you'll have a real problem, but you can handle it. You can handle
Hmm.
it. And the guy say, how? Well, that's what you need to, you will buy from me the service. I will do that. And I'll give you a guarantee. He will
Hmm.
pay you a lot. And now all you have to do is to sell it like that and make sure you deliver. I'll give you an example. Let's say you go to a GP, a general practitioner, a doctor. How much you pay them for a visit?
Let's say $100, 150.
Okay, next door to him, there is a specialist, an
Hmm.
ear specialist.
Hmm.
He refer you to the ear specialist. You go to the ear specialist. The ear specialist asks you question, ask you question, ask you question. He doesn't tell you how the hair will look. Nothing. He asks you question, ask you question, ask you question, ask you question. He then take a piece of paper, write, until you do that. You go and you do it, and you
Hmm.
pay him $2,000.
Yeah.
The specialist don't give you the solution. It doesn't explain to you the solution. Nothing. He's very good in finding what's wrong with you. He tells you this is what's wrong with you. You will know that this is what's wrong with you, and he will tell you this is the handling, and you will go and you buy it without any words.
Yeah.
A good salesperson, a rich person that want to make a lot of money needs to be a good salesperson at the beginning. One of the first thing he needs to learn how to sell, and a good salesperson is a person that know how to find what mess up, what ruin, what's the actual pain of the client. You
Right.
see, you specialist because you have a pain, but you don't know what's the actual problem, the actual pain.
Yes, you have
So
the
you need to
symptom, but you want to know what's
pain.
behind it. Yeah.
In a GP, you come to a GP and you say, I have headache, he give you the solution. He doesn't know what's the
Mm.
actual pain. So for the GP, you pay $100 per hour or per visit. And for the specialist, you pay $2,000. So you need to learn how to find the ruin. How do you actually isolate the real thing? And how do you not give the solution? Because if you
Hmm.
give the solution, it becomes useless,
That's the
worthless.
key. Salespeople love to say, "Oh, here's how, and this is going to handle it." And don't worry, we'll fix it now that you know what it is. But you have to basically say, "Look, we'll fix it, but I can't tell you what it is." And that's the temptation, essentially,
You
right?
show them. Yeah, you need to show the problems. You need to find the problem because in
Mm,
99% of the situation, the salesperson don't know the problem. When the salesperson don't know the problem, you will see he will start to push the solution. He will start to force you. He will start to get worried. He will start to use all kind of techniques to close the person. But when I find the problem and I say, look, I know that in your business, the actual problem is you don't know how to do financial planning. And you say, what does it mean, financial planning? Well, you need to come and I'll teach you. And by the
mhm,
way, unlike a specialist, a doctor specialist, I'll give you guarantee.
mhm. Now it's a different
Now,
level.
if you make it not expensive, your solution become useless. It has to be expensive.
Mm, I see. Yeah, makes sense. And that's another thing. People don't want to go too expensive.
Sorry?
I'm saying that's another thing. People don't want to go too expensive either.
Yeah. So if you want to learn if you want to, a quick advice how to do that. So the first thing, drop the $100,000 per month. Forget about it. It's not important. What's important
Mhm.
is not how much money, is how many people I'm helping. I want to help people. This is my doingness, helping people. The
Yes.
result of it is like no more 100,000. It's like when I take the pill, but the result is no headache.
Yes. I
No
see.
headache on sex and
Yeah, exactly.
so, so you take the pill is the action and the result is no headache. So what we look for is how can I help a lot? And then you need to learn. The second thing, you need to learn how to be the best in finding what's the actual pain that the guy is experiencing and figuring out how you with your product or service solve that pain. You do that, you will not do 100,000 per month, you'll do 100,000 per day. Oops.
Amazing. Oh, there we go. You're back. Amazing. That's incredible. That's super powerful advice as always. And we'll cover all of that in the business class, of course, in
Yeah,
much more detail. So go to
yeah,
gprosperity.com/business and you'll
yeah.
see. You can join the
It's
next one.
really
By the way, this
going to
Friday, it's
you.
free. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
what I'm
ahead.
going to teach business class is life changing. It's really,
Hmm.
really, really affecting all life. But most of the people, problem they have, they can hear gold, but or they can see gold, but they don't know they've seen gold.
Hmm.
You know, when you go and look for diamonds, if I'll show you an unpolished diamond, you will throw it away because you don't know what to look for. If I go to an aborigine, I'm telling him E equal MC square. He says, why are you talking such words? Why you, what, don't you know English?
Yeah.
So,
It's true. And also, if you said at the beginning, hear gold, also people hear about opportunities. They don't, it doesn't, nothing clicks. Nothing.
no, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there
Amazing.
is a gradient. There is a gradient that people need to learn. Even the most basic gradient, which is the ability uh, to look. And this is probably the last thing that I give you, but this is piece of gold beyond gold.
Hmm.
So the spirit is this thing that knows. Yes,
Yeah.
spirit is this thing that knows. So everyone knows. Because when I tell you something, you check against what you know and you say, yes, no problem. And many
Right.
times you hear something and you say, yes, I know it. Yes. But what's the trick? The trick is that while everyone knows, no one can actually look. The
Mm.
problem is never knowing, the problem is looking. A person cannot actually look at something and recognize what it is. He looks at something and immediately he says, a symbol that he thinks about or some automatic thing that someone told him. He cannot actually look and see the component parts of what he's looking at. So the problem is never knowingness. The problem is never the how smart the person is. The inability to comfortably look at something and perceive it
Wow. I love it.
is something that we will learn how to do it. We will drill how to do it because the gold is right in front of you every day, non-stop, and you see that one of 10, 20, 30 million can actually see the gold and pick it up. Most people go next to the gold and kick it. It's on their way. It's disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can totally see that. And that's an amazing key that most people can't look. And that's what needs to be handled is the ability to look and teaching that. That can apply to anything.
I'll give you a story. I'll give you a short story. When I was very young, I started to, I was in the army. And while I was in the army, I started to take care of a very old person. And I was just taking care of him. He couldn't. I needed to change his diapers. I like very, very, very old person. Most people didn't see the gold of a person he is. I saw this person, and I saw this guy is wow, unbelievable. I didn't know much about him, almost nothing, but I realized from the very little communication that he did have, and from the way that he was handling things, like even when he I needed to change his diaper, the way that he's handling this whole experience, that a guy need to clean him up, it's quite embarrassing for an adult to be unable. But the way that he controlled this thing, the way that he looked at that,
Grace.
the way he acknowledged me, the thank you, the way that he handled the whole cycle, I knew that this person is someone else. It's like, wow, I saw the gold. Very shortly after that, I started to know the family and his son. This guy was extremely rich, one of the richest person in Israel, and his son, which basically inherited the whole empire, saw how I'm handling the dead, and he came to me and he said, "You have to work for me."
Mm.
So I saw the gold. It's not that I wanted to work for him. I didn't know about the sun. I know about all of these things, but I saw the gold in that person. I recognized it. And so gold what was following me.
Mm. Wow.
God was following me. I didn't try to make $1 million. It
Mm-hmm.
was just following me
Mm-hmm.
because I saw what's in front of me. So the problem is never knowing. The problem is, are you willing to see the gold? What people are willing to see is the bad. For as long as you
True.
see the bad, you see wrong. To see
Mm-hmm.
the truth, see these component things is only good.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Only good.
Wow. That's amazing. And another key actionable takeaway to do is to see the good. It's something that somebody could just do things a little bit differently tomorrow, just with that. And it will be a lot differently. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. Wow. Thank you.
Mwah. I love you,
This was
Babale.
great. I love you. This Friday is a free business class webinar that anyone can join. So you go to gprosperity.com/business. There will be a lot more wows like this.
The gold is there in front of you. Are you willing to see?
Yeah.
It's there.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. gprosperity.com/business. And the gold is free.
Mwah. Bye. Thank you,
Mwah.
everyone. Thank you for the participation. Oh, and Gal disappeared, so I will just